Join me as I break down the overjustification effect in just 60 seconds. Can I explain it simply enough for you to stop overthinking? The overjustification effect is a psychological phenomenon that might just be the reason you're overthinking and lacking motivation in your daily activities. It's the tendency to attribute our behaviors to external factors instead of our internal desires, which can lead to a decline in our intrinsic motivation. You know the feeling. You start doing something you love, but then you overthink it, and suddenly it becomes a chore. You're not alone. Many of us struggle with this. We might be passionate about a hobby, but the moment someone acknowledges our skills, we start to overanalyze every move, and the fun is sucked out of it. Or we might be motivated to work out, but once we start getting compliments, we begin to think we're doing it for others instead of ourselves, and the motivation disappears. We often find ourselves stuck in this cycle of overthinking, where we're constantly trying to justify our actions to others or ourselves. We might even start to believe that we're doing things only for external validation, and that our internal desires don't matter. This is when our motivation starts to dwindle, and we're left feeling unfulfilled. But here's the thing. When we attribute our behaviors to internal factors, like our own desires and values, we're more likely to stay motivated and enjoy the process. So why do we keep falling into this trap of overjustification? One of the main psychological mechanisms behind the overjustification effect is our tendency to confuse our internal desires with external pressures. For instance, a study found that when children were rewarded for drawing, they stopped enjoying it as much as they did when they weren't rewarded. This is because the external reward, the prize, overshadowed their internal desire to create. Another mechanism at play is the concept of cognitive dissonance, which is the discomfort we feel when our actions contradict our beliefs. When we're motivated by external factors, we might experience dissonance when those factors are removed, leading us to question our initial motivations. This can be seen in cases where people stop doing something they love once the external reward is taken away. Understanding the overjustification effect can be a game changer for managing our own overthinking. When we recognize that our motivations might be driven by external factors, we can take a step back and reconnect with our internal desires. We can ask ourselves, what am I truly doing this for? And what value does it bring to my life? By doing so, we can break free from the cycle of overjustification and tap back into our intrinsic motivation. We can start enjoying the process rather than just the outcome. We can rediscover the passion and excitement that drove us to start in the first place. In summary, the overjustification effect is a powerful force that can lead to overthinking and decreased motivation. By understanding its psychological mechanisms and recognizing our own thought patterns, we can overcome it and stay motivated by our internal desires. So, have you ever struggled with overthinking and motivation? Share your experiences with me in the comments below. And if you're looking for more content on motivation and productivity, be sure to check out my video on the 10-minute rule. It's a game changer.